It's time to look at the Gulfcoast Legal Services Top 10 Victories for 2011. Take it away, Dave.
Okay, Oprah number 10. Volunteer attorney Jack Martin gains asylum for Venezuelan journalist Martin Amado Martinez, who was persecuted and threatened with death by the cronies and supporters of President Hugo Chavez.
Estupendo.
9. Clearwater HUD apartment complex Norton Apartments saved from the wrecking ball, preserving affordable housing for 48 low-income families.
8. There were 2 groundbreaking appeal cases providing new legal paths to gain consumers relief from foreclosure rescue scams. Volunteer attorneys Offland and Knightley Kynes and David Singer worked on these appeals.
7. A breakthrough Florida Circuit trial court decision requiring trustees for securitized loans in home foreclosures to be represented by eligible legal counsel at all stages of legal proceedings or forfeit their rights to foreclose.
6. An important published circuit court decision refusing banks the right to maintain a home foreclosure case unless they can prove they owned the note before they filed the case. Volunteer Emeritus Attorney Jack Robinson was instrumental in the development of this case.
5. A written Florida ruling which says lawyers can be liable to consumers if the lawyers falsify documents they give to the court when they are trying to foreclose against a home or other debt collection. Volunteer attorney Stephen Tepler of Edelson McGuire, a national class action law firm, was instrumental developing this case.
Number 4. In another one of his signature asylum cases, volunteer attorney Jack Martin safeguarded the lives and futures of a young Guatemalan woman and her 3 U.S. citizen school-aged children and her disabled U.S. citizen husband by winning a cancellation of removal from the Bureau of Immigration Appeals. Studies reveal that in Guatemala, Guatemalan women face a higher risk of violent death solely because of their gender.
Number 3. Gulfcoast Legal Services co-hosts with FAWL, the Florida Association of Women Lawyers, the first ever Sarasota County seminar to combat human trafficking. Thanks to volunteer attorney Evelyn Moore, longtime GLS board member.
Number 2. Gulfcoast Legal Services attorney Elizabeth Boyle is selected as faculty advisor for Stetson University Law School's 2012 Foreclosure Symposium Law Review.
Numero uno. Number 1. Gulfcoast Legal Services obtains its largest ever legal aid attorney's fees judgment, over $350,000. The judgment is entered against a wealthy team of foreclosure rescue scammers who ripped off and took homes away from hundreds of low-income elderly and disabled Floridians throughout the Tampa Bay area. Keep up the good fight in 2012, Gulfcoast Legal Services.
Way to go. GLS wants to say a big thank you to all of its great volunteers and supporters, including members of the Florida Bar and the Florida Bar Foundation.